G'day and welcome to my channel. I've noticed recently, since summer has come along, there's a lot of people wondering on how to breed some fish outdoors. In this video I'll show you a quick easy setup that doesn't break the budget and works really well. I have chosen Australian natives for this setup, but this setup could be replicated all around the world with different types of nano fish. The beauty of these small setups is at the end of the season you can just pull them down and then set them back up again the year after. In this setup, just for a bit of fun, I've gone for a theme of red with the Rotala, red root floater and red sword plant. In this video I've chosen the honey blue eye or Pseudomogul mellis as it does really well in this sort of setup and it's local to me. I always give the sand a good clean so I can start with nice clear water, and it doesn't really need to be dirty because I'm going to add nutrient with the root tabs later on. Most of the products I've got in this video come from Bunnings, which is a large lifestyle and hardware store that's all over Australia. But if you're watching from another country, you may also have stores like Walmart or other type hardware stores where you can probably get the similar sort of products for around the same price. In no way did I get sponsored for this video. It was just handy to me to go and grab this stuff from a local hardware store that seems to have everything I need. This tub I'm using in the video I've had for 3 years and I have bred hundreds of fish in them. The beauty of this setup is it's really cheap and it's a great little setup you can keep on your patio or in a semi-shaded spot somewhere in your garden, and it's also great for frogs. Another fish I use for this setup year after year is the spotted blue eye or Pseudomogul gertrudae. And I have found in these small tubs they tend to breed a lot better than even the larger tubs that I keep them in. You can use a wide range of plants for this setup. I always like to plant an immersed growing plant like this sword or some type of sedge, a submersed growing plant for the fish to swim around in and perhaps lay their eggs on, and a floating plant to give the fish a little bit of cover and to stop excess sunlight coming through. I've heard a lot of sedge frogs croaking here, so I'm hoping I'll give them a nice little spot to lay their eggs in. But as I said before, this is a great little project for a patio or even for a sunroom. Keep in mind though, if you do put it somewhere, make sure it doesn't get too much sunlight, otherwise it'll get a lot of algae build-up. So it's always better to keep it in semi-shade. One of those bags of coarse sand that I got from Bunnings is the perfect amount of sand for a setup like this, for the plants to root in nicely, and it just gives it a good base. I have found this type of sand is the best as it's got coarse, sharp, small and large sand in it. I wouldn't try the play sand as it gets too compacted and it can foul up your water down the track. This is an easy little half-an-hour project that you can do on a weekend that doesn't break the budget and looks really good when it's established. With all the plants you don't need any aeration or any extra filtration, and the fish seem to love it. Once I've got all the plants planted, I get a few of these Osmocote root tabs, stab them in around the plant, and they're good to go for the rest of the season. And you'll be surprised at how well these plants will grow. I have a little bit of this grated river gravel I thought I'd throw in on the surface of the other sand just to give it a nice aesthetic look, and it also darkens a little bit so the fish feel safe. I have done this before without doing this, but I think it looks nicer with the river sand over the top. Before I start filling it, I put a little bit of chlorine neutralizer in it. And I've grabbed a handful of sand out of one of my established ponds just to bury in the other sand. So any of those microorganisms you get out of an older pond will establish in this one a lot quicker. It's also beneficial for the fish and young fry to feed on. Put this little lid in there to fill it up so it doesn't move the sand around or foul up the water. Half an hour later, once it's established a little bit, I peg a little piece of root onto the side of the pond, so if any little finches come down for a drink, they can easily get out if they get stuck in there. It's also handy for the frogs to sit on until the larger swords get established. Just add the red root floater, and I've actually added a little bit of Christmas moss as well, so the blue eye can spawn in it. And then I've also added a little bit of nutrient to kickstart it. As the honey blue eyes like living in a black water environment, I also added some tannins, a little bit of Indian almond leaf, some bracken fern, and a banksia cone that I pre-soaked the night before. After leaving it for a couple more hours, I then added the fish. Now it's time just to sit and relax and enjoy it and watch it grow and hopefully get some fry. I will do a short updated video on this in a month or two just to show people how it's grown and come along and to see whether there are any new fry in there, but also so you can see how nice they come along after a while once they're established. And hopefully you may even see some frogs. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.